It's possible that AI will take that your job, but the thing is, we don't really build to replace your work. We build to support you. But if you still want to be relevant in your space, you must ensure that you constantly learn.
What exactly do data scientists do in the banking industry, in the financial industry?
So we help them to predict those that are likely going to stop transacting, those that are likely going to stop using the bank apps, those that are likely going to leave the bank entirely. So that's what we do as data scientists. The other thing that we do is to detect fraud. We help to check transactions that are suspicious. Okay. We also segment customers, also to identify high-valued customers. The understanding they have.
Personalization.
Thank you, personalization. So we've understood our customers, we know the kind of customers they are, and we're able to push out content to each of these clusters.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Data and AI Gist podcast. We created this podcast to educate data analytics professionals, AI professionals, enthusiasts, or general public that are interested in knowledge of the world of data analytics, especially in Africa. So this is the platform for you to learn about data analytics practices and innovations. I have with me here today an interesting guest who will be taking us through concepts of data science and artificial intelligence, who actually works as a data scientist. I have with me here today, Esther Anagu. Esther Anagu, thank you for being here today with us.
Thank you very much, Philip, for having me.
Awesome. So Esther is a senior data scientist in a Nigerian bank, but I would let her make some introductions about herself. So who is Esther for our audiences?
Okay, so hello, everyone. Once again, Philip, thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure. Thank you. Okay, so I'm Esther Anagu, and I'm a data scientist in the banking industry. And I think I've worked for over 3 years now. Yeah, more than 3 years. And what I do mostly, right, is to help the organizations to make informed decisions, right? Help them to better understand customers' behavior. And then I help them to also drive strategies that can help them to make better results, to have better results.
Awesome.
And outside of my normal 9 to 5 work, I think I love sharing resources. That's what I do mostly outside of my work. And then I also teach data skills, and I help those that are interested in breaking into the tech world, into the data world rather. I help them to enter efficiently, easily.
Right. All right. That's awesome. And for our viewers and listeners, Esther is a celebrity, like I like to call her, in the world of data analytics. She shares incredible insights and knowledge and resources on her LinkedIn. You be sure to follow her, look her up and follow her, right? Thank you very much, Esther. So, Esther, you are an analytics professional in the banking industry. What do you love the most about the industry you operate in?
Okay, so like I said, I work in the banking industry and I love a lot of things. And one of the things I love most about my job is helping departments to solve problems. So we work with different departments. We collaborate with a lot of departments in the bank. So it's not just, we are not on our own. We're not working in isolation. So we work with different departments like the retail guys, the risk team. We work with the legal department. We also work with customer experience and customer lifestyle, life cycle. Yeah, so these are the guys we are able to collaborate with them. And like I said, what I love most about it is being able to solve their problems, because we work with them, we listen to their pain points. And so listening to their pain points and using data to help them to resolve their issues is what I love most.
And these are the people that are even interface. Some of them interface with the customers.
Yeah.
So whatever solution you're building out for them is also impacting the customers.
Yeah, exactly.
Also. I would ask a question, and this is something that from a data scientist to another data scientist, they say we are proud. Right. So how true is this statement? How factual is this statement? Let our audiences know.
Okay, so funny enough, this is the first time I would hear this.
Oh, really?
Nobody ever told me I was proud.
You don't look proud, but I have heard it so many times from people in relation to other data scientists.
Yeah, so regarding that, right, I think it might be because of how passionate we are about our job. And, when we build models and these models solve problems and we are using jargon to explain the models to them or explain the outcome of the models to them or explain how we have done our work, maybe that might have come off being proud. Right. So that's what I think. And I know I've met a lot of data scientists, like I said before, data professionals, and they are humble. So like I said, it might be because of how passionate they are, the way they explain the work they do, and all those things might have come up that way.
Look like they are proud. All right.
And I also believe that good data professionals or good data scientists are the ones that are very humble, right? They are constantly learning. They are trying to, because, the tech world is evolving. Everything is changing.
New information every day.
So we are trying to continue learning to ensure that we are not left behind.
Awesome. Can you walk us through your journey? How did you come to be a data scientist, especially now in a bank, building incredible solutions for departments like you mentioned and by ripple effect customers?
Okay, so my story is a long one.
We are here for you.
Okay, so you are here, have you?
Probably a summarized version.
Okay. Okay, no problem. So it was after my undergraduate studies. So I was just strolling because I went to University of Benin. I studied accounting.
Oh, yeah.
So it was after my after the project. So I was now thinking, okay, what else can I do? What can I do? So because I was just done with my project, right? I was recently done with that project and I thought, okay, let me just continue writing articles. So I thought, okay, let me just continue. So I told one of my guys, I told him that how far I want to start writing articles. And because of the statistical tools that we used when writing projects, so I thought, okay, let me just keep doing it because I think I had that interest in those tools. So my guy told me that, okay, she is related to data analysis now. So I was like, oh, okay, it's related to data analysis. And then I started having interest in it. So since I had interest in it in 2020, during COVID, I started bombarding myself with a lot of learnings. I registered for Udemy courses, Udacity, all those things. So I was just doing a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
Because I thought that would help me.
It was typical of those periods, actually.
You get. So I learned statistics, data analysis, machine learning, deep learning, all those things. I was just bombarding everything in my head. So I think it was in 2020, another friend introduced me to an initiative organized by Women Tech Stars, Tech for Dev.
Okay.
So it was for women, right? Okay. The program was for women. So I enrolled and, sometimes when you apply for all these initiatives, all these scholarships, right?
Yeah.
They always include all these questions where you will be writing, why should I accept it? Why should I? So I was discouraged. I don't know. That spirit just told me, Esther, continue. I just continued. And glory be to God, I was accepted.
Awesome.
So I did that training for 6 months, good 6 months. It was not easy for me, but I did it. And then after that, I started internship and then here I am today.
Awesome. That's such an incredible... Oh, yeah, I must say. That's really nice to know. And yeah, because a lot of times people tend to think that, people in these roles just jump on the roles or it just happened or they had to know somebody, there was a connection they used to get into the resources. But no, right? People actually went from ground zero, from zero to growing into the different roles and possibilities to become what they are today. And it's really impressive to see how that turns out. Few years ago, I was on a flight with somebody and he was surprised that I was a data scientist in a bank and he was asking questions. So what would it, so he believed that, to be a data scientist, you have to work in like WHO, UNICEF, that is what his belief is, like World Bank, CBN and the likes. So, he didn't even mention CBN. He said, like World Banks, international companies usually. So he was wondering what a bank could be doing, what a data scientist could be doing in a bank. So can you share with us what exactly do data scientists do in the banking industry, in the financial industry?
Okay, so that's a very good question. And I get that kind of question a lot.
Oh,
a lot of people. And whenever people they reach out to me, they also want to know the different roles in the data world. So I tend to discuss a lot about what data scientists do. So data scientists, what we do in the bank. So different from what data analysts do, because I would also be for those that are watching, I would also like to give them a difference between data analysts and data scientists.
Awesome.
So data analysts are those that interpret, they communicate, they also interpret data. Like I said, you communicate the data, you do some analysis, you collect the data and all those processes that are involved. But then you are looking at what had already passed, what had happened before.
So you're analyzing
you are using
past data.
Thank you. You are using past data to analyze, to do your analysis. But data scientists do a more advanced job, right? We do a more advanced task by predicting. So we don't just use past data. We also look at what can possibly happen using the data that we have right now. So we can also predict what can happen. Now, working as a data analyst or data scientist rather in the bank, one of the things that we do is predicting customer churn. Banks or financial institutions, they work with customers, right? They are serving the customers. And they tend to look at, okay, these customers that I have, how many of them are leaving? How many of them are still using my product? So we help them to predict those that are likely going to stop transacting, those that are likely going to stop using the bank apps, those that are likely going to leave the bank entirely. So that's what we do as data scientists. And another thing that we do is to detect fraud. So we help to check transactions that are suspicious, rather. We help them to check it. Okay, this kind of, before that thing happens, we help them to check, okay, this kind of thing is happening. Send an alert to the team, let them quickly do it. So another thing that we do is also to identify high-valued customers. We also segment customers. It is segmenting customers, understand these customers that will now help you to know, oh, these customers are high-valued customers. These guys are low-value. How do we send communication to them? So that kind of thing, we also help them. We hope to help them in marketing strategies, how they can market well. So we are not just reaching out to everybody. The team or the department involved in the customer experience are not just reaching out to those customers, sending the same communication to them. So because of the understanding they have,
personalization.
Thank you. There is a personalization. So we've understood our customers. We know the kind of customers they are, and we're able to push out content to each of these clusters that we have.
Segments of the customer.
So these are the various things that we help.
And I think that is incredible because you tend to see situations where somebody is a fashion designer and is just getting the general information from like a company or a startup or a business. But when you now start to receive messages that pertain you, right? Promotions that pertain you as a fashion designer, you get to enjoy the service better and even get optics. All right. Can you, if you mentioned different projects, so you mentioned churn, you mentioned customer segmentation, fraud detection, can you actually really break it down for us? Walk us through just a data science project, what it typically looks like. Say you have been brought in as a data scientist to predict churn of customers that are likely to leave the bank or leave an organization. How does that come to be?
So the first thing, I'm working on a project right now. So let's call it customer segmentation. I know I talked about it before. So the first thing is for me to understand the business. So I don't just jump into building models like that. So the first thing is for me to...
Just a second. So data scientists build models.
Yes.
Which is used to do the predictions on the data.
Yes.
So you're not saying that you don't just jump into building the models, you understand the business.
Yeah, we understand.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, which is the first step, right? We understand the business. We reach out to the business. What are their pain points? What are they trying to solve? Like I said, are they trying to increase or check the way the customers are? Are they trying to check if the customers are leaving? Are they trying to understand the behavior of the customers? So this understanding will help us to know what we are doing. So we are not just building models. We are trying to understand the business. We're trying to hear from them, know their pain points and all. So the second one is now for us to gather data, collect data, whether it is internal, whether it is external source. So there are some times that we just have to look, depending on the kind of problem that you're trying to solve. So we look at different sources. It might be internal, of course. So you gather your data, you collect it, and then the next thing you do is to clean your data. Dirty data is equal to what? To wrong insights. Garbage in, garbage out. So if you feed your model with a dirty data, definitely you are going to get a wrong insight. And when you get a wrong insight, it's going to affect the business.
Absolutely.
So you are using a very dirty data to build your model. and then you are now giving them an insight that you think is correct. And then the business guys, the business guys who are meant to use that model or the output of that model when they use the insights, then they may not really get the result that they intend to get. So, which is very, very important. It takes time. It's like 80% of the whole thing that you do is focused on data cleaning. Is about data cleaning. You do data cleaning. And then the next one after you've done that is to explore your data. So you've cleaned that data. Let me now understand the data. You're not understanding dirty data. You are not understanding data that you've not yet cleaned. So you explore the data, you look at the data, what are the trends that I can see, what are the patterns that are there, you understand that kind of thing. So after you've explored the data, you now do feature engineering. After doing feature engineering, then you build your model. I'm just trying to...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after building your model, you evaluate it, you test it. Have I used the correct one? Is there anything I need to change? Is there anything I need to...
And doing all this is not just, it's not just like you are saying to do. It's actually coding
Those
work.
are the things that we do.
You use tools like Python, right? Techniques also that are specific to data science.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and this is what makes it a very technical role.
Yeah, very well. And then after that, after you've done all those technical parts, like you said, the next thing is now to tell story with your data. So after you've done all your coding, writing your script, writing your everything, so the next thing is now explain the result that you have.
Yeah.
And you can't use jargons. You can't use technical terms to explain the results of your model to a non-technical
model
person.
that you build technically.
Be lost. Exactly.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah. So the next thing that we do, like I said, is just to communicate. And you need to, when communicating your results to these guys, you must use non-technical terms that they need to understand, terms that they can comprehend. You understand? You're not just telling them, I used K-means algorithm to build my model, and then you're just telling them things that they don't need it. They need what they can use this product for, how they can use it. You understand? So after that, then you monitor the output. You can't just build a model. You have to tell them whether it's really bringing money, whether it's not just money, whether it's really helping them to make informed decisions.
And solving that problem you originally started out with.
Thank you very much. Exactly. And then the last one is just continuous reaching out to them. You continue to reach out to them, tell them, okay, so how far, is there any that I need to paraphrase? Is there any I need to change? Is this still meeting your expectations? That kind of thing. So you are still relating or engaging more with the stakeholders involved. So these are the various things that we do in data science project. Yeah.
Awesome. You mentioned a lot about models. For our audiences and viewers and listeners, models basically mean you are trying to train a computer system to learn from data to become intelligent, to make that system intelligent, which leads us to artificial intelligence. So data scientists are actually the ones building the data science model, the AI models that, is being used in a couple of situations. So as you being a data scientist, you tend to hear that AI will take your job, right? You tend to hear this statements around. So you being a data scientist, are you building any model that will take people's jobs? Let us know now.
Okay. So that's a bit funny anyways.
Yeah.
So we are not building to replace your jobs. We are building to
Please
support
repeat that
you.
again. To the camera.
Okay, so we are not building to replace your jobs. We are building to support you. We are building things that would help you to focus more on more strategic things. So we are not building any AI. So AI is for handling repetitive tasks that are repetitive in nature. So AI does that. So you are now focusing more on things that are more important.
Strategic.
So that's what that are more strategic, exactly. So AI just helps you to work faster, work more efficient, and become better at your job or at whatever thing you do. And if you think that that task that is repetitive that you do, AI has taken it. The next thing for you is to learn. You learn other things now, right? It's for you to not, because AI is already in place. So AI is there. Nobody can take it out.
Yeah.
It's already there.
Yeah.
People are using it already.
Yeah.
You get. So my advice is for you to learn, constantly learn. If you want to continue to be relevant in the data space or whatever space that you are currently at, you must ensure that you constantly learn. You continue learning. If not, you'll be replaced or you become irrelevant. So it's possible that AI will take that your job. But the thing is, we don't really build to replace your work. We build to support you. But if you still want to be relevant in your space, you must ensure that you constantly learn.
Awesome.
Learn those skills.
So thank you very much, Esther, for that incredible advice. You've heard it all, guys. I couldn't have said it any better than that. So tell us, if you could go back in time, what would you have done differently in your career? You know, just out of curiosity and also to the benefit of the audiences who may be looking to grow a data science career. So let us learn from you.
Okay. I know I talked about how I started, how I was just accumulating a lot of things and all.
Yeah.
But one thing I did not do then was building projects. So I was just learning. No one to tell me, okay, this is the kind of project you need to do. This is the kind of thing you need to do. So I was just learning and providing myself with a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
Although I still use the knowledge I gathered then, but then I wasn't really practicing what I was learning. So the first thing I would advise anyone who wants to delve into data analytics or data science is for them to practice whatever thing they are learning. So you are working, you are building models, you are building projects, you are building your portfolio while you are learning. And then the second thing I would advise is for you to have a mentor. Because I got to that stage where then I read accounting, I said it before. So at that time, I was just learning. So I was overwhelmed with a lot of things. I was new to the space. So I was overwhelmed with a lot of things. They would give us assignments. They would give us different things. So I had somebody who was already in that space. So I was like, oh, excuse me, Mao. This thing, I don't know. I'm tired. I don't want to do it again. So what she told me, that kept me, it has been helping me till today.
Let it help our audience.
Yeah, she told me nothing good comes easy. So that thing that she told me, it made me to, it's true. What I'm doing is good. Let me do it. Let me be consistent. So you have to have somebody there that can just lift your spirit. So that thing, it's just that simple thing that she said, lifted my spirit, encouraged me, and then I continued. So just have someone around. You can also be in a community where maybe when you have issues, you can reach out to them. Yes, we have ChatGPT, we have Gemini, we have all these AI tools that would help. But then it's not like when you are conversing with your people that you are doing the same thing, data-related thing. So it's different. But when you are interacting with them, you are sharing with them, this is the kind of thing. You never can tell. They can even be the one to show you internship. Do you get pathway, introduce you to one company that is... So that's why, number one, like I said, the first thing I said was to... do projects, practice. Don't just work, don't just learn, practice. Then the second one is for you to have a mentor. You may not have a lot of mentors, but have somebody that is doing that same thing that you're doing and be in a community. And then the third one I would advise, right, is for you to push yourself out there. So as you are learning, you are pushing yourself out there. Then I did not do it. Nothing concerned me with LinkedIn. I was not doing it. I was not even doing LinkedIn. So that time I was just there learning on my own. I was not even in any group. If they give us assignments, I was like a lone ranger. So now you are learning. You are pushing yourself out there. You are sharing whatever thing you learned, right? You are building a project. You are pushing it out there. Maybe someone would see it and be like, oh, see this kind of thing that this girl is doing. Let me even employ her. Or see this thing that you have done. Okay, there is a mistake. There is this thing. So that kind of thing. So you are pushing yourself. We have different platforms where you can push whatever you have learned on LinkedIn. You can push it on Medium. And another thing I would say is when you are learning these things and you are pushing yourself out there, I said it before, you don't know who is learning, who is looking at it. And you're also teaching somebody. And someone told me something recently, some time ago, that when you teach somebody, you are learning 2 times. So you are learning a particular thing, you are learning SQL, you are learning Python, and then you are teaching another person. You are pushing whatever thing.
That thing you've already learned.
You are solidifying it. You are knowing it again and again. So that would help you to also solidify whatever knowledge that you've gathered so far. So these are the 3 things that I believe would help you if you...
Incredible. Incredible. That is incredible advice, ladies and gentlemen listening. listening to us or watching us from all over the world. You spoke about community, you spoke about LinkedIn as well. Like I said when I was doing your introduction, you're a star on LinkedIn, Esther. And I also know that you have a community that you also manage of data analytics professionals in thousands, right? You have tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of followers on LinkedIn, right? How do you manage all this, together with already what you've shared about the job role of a data scientist, which already sounds demanding?
Okay, so how I've been able to manage is the first thing I would say is passion. I know people don't really like hearing that. Passion. Follow your passion and all those things. So I think what made me to even start pushing myself out there was because I felt there was a gap. So many people are out there, a lot of resources are there. But some people don't even know that there are resources that can help them.
Yeah.
Some people don't know where to get them. Some people don't know they are free.
Yeah.
And some people they don't have that money, because if you go to this platform now, they will tell you to become, if you want to learn for 6 months, you need to pay 250K, 350K, that kind of thing, that huge amount of money.
Yeah.
And some people cannot really afford it. They have interest in it while in school.
Yeah.
So being a student, you are in school. Where will you get it? Unless you have a rich person. If you are rich, it's normal. But now, those that are not rich, let's help them. So I felt, okay, there was a gap. Let's help these guys. There are a lot of resources. How can I? And that was even why I created a newsletter. So aside from the posts I share every day.
Wow.
So aside from that, I also created a newsletter. And the newsletter is streamlined. So if you want to learn SQL, you can just go there. You can just go to my newsletter, click on it. You will see roadmap to learning SQL. Wow. When you go there, you can see Python. When you go there, you see really different tools that would help. And another thing I include is my personal experience. So I don't just show you the way. Let me show you the mistakes I've made. Let me show you the things that have helped me so far. So that's the kind of thing. So that passion is there. That's the first thing I'm passionate about it. And then the second thing that have helped me is I'm intentional about it. Like I said, we know when you are passionate now, you'll be intentional. Yeah. Be like, I love doing this thing. Nothing can.
It comes out of you.
It comes. Yeah. So the second thing, the other one that I would say is there are some times when I'm less busy, I just schedule my posts. Okay. So I don't have to wait until, okay, today what should I post today? No, I don't wait. So there are some times I will just schedule my post and then it goes out whenever it's supposed to go out.
And it's incredible because tons of people, I know I've seen a couple of posts from you and you see the comments as well, helping people from all over the world. It's really impressive and I think you're doing incredibly well,
Thank
Esther.
you. And last thing.
Okay, please.
So another thing that keeps me going is people's comments, people's feedback, like you said.
Okay.
So whenever I hear that, oh, Esther, I was trying to do this thing. I was looking for this particular resource and then your post. So that one makes me to be very happy. I'm like, that's it.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
that's it. So to our data and AI gist audiences, that is it from Esther. You can hear directly from her, right, how she has grown from just being a graduate of accounting to becoming one of the top people that posts and even educate people now on data analytics and help them on their journey, right? So it really shows you that you can actually go from being a total newbie to becoming an expert in this field. Esther, you mentioned mistakes earlier that you also share, your mistakes with your community, with your audiences. Can you share some of them with us, if probably one, right? So our viewers and listeners can also even learn.
Okay, so I would say one of the mistakes that I made, and I think I'm going to tell a short story.
Absolutely fine.
Because of time.
Okay,
so one of the mistakes I made was jumping into building model without interacting with the stakeholders first.
And this was already when you were a data scientist.
I was already a data scientist. So, and the thing is, I had built different segmentation models. So this time around, when my boss, Lamo, when he told me that, okay, Esther, we want to build a segmentation model for the cards department, I was like, okay, sir. Immediately, I did not even reach out to the cards department. I just started
gathering
I just started gathering the data, doing all those things.
Yeah.
So after I built it and spent hours, days, maybe weeks building the model. So Lamo was like, Esther, no, I don't want this. These features are too small. I want more features. You're just giving me 36 features or this. redo it. So I had to start all over again. So this time around, I said, what will I do? So I had to now reach out to somebody in the CAS department. So I reached out to her. I said, okay, I'm trying to build a particular model. So she had to now tell me her pain points. I understood whatever thing so it was then after I interacted with her that I had to now. So number one thing is don't just start building models. Don't just start creating models, creating solutions. Don't work in isolation. You are supposed to co-create with the stakeholders,
the people
right?
that would use your
Thank
outputs.
you. So understand their pain points, listen to them. What are their needs? What do they want? So it is after then you will now start doing. Then the second one is then, like I said, I was just learning technical skills. I was supposed to learn how to tell stories with data. So it's not just about writing codes, not just about writing scripts. Learn how to tell your stories. Learn how to defend whatever output you have. Learn how to talk with non-technical terms. So you're not just bombarding them with the models, the algorithm that you've built and all those things. You are telling them the simplest way that they can understand and make use of the solution that you've built.
Okay.
So another thing I would like to say is that you try and ensure that your data is clean. Because most organizations have data quality issues.
Yeah.
And like I said before, garbage in, garbage out. Whatever you feed into your model. So ensure that you resolve that data quality part. Ensure that the data is clean. You don't just start doing it. Ask questions where necessary. And these are the things that you need to ensure that.
That's really incredible. You mentioned telling stories with data to even a non-technical person. How then can a non-technical person use data to make decisions?
Okay. So I think recently, that was 2 months ago, I traveled to a particular state to engage with the customers. So, with the customers, with the RMOs, that's relationship management. Officers, thank you. So we interacted with them and I showed them how, because they are not technical guys. Now that they've received data from the data team, how do you think they will make sense of it? So the first thing I told them was to understand the source. Where is it coming from? Did they give you an Excel file? Did they give you dashboard? So what exactly is the source of that data? So now that you've understood the data, what are the metrics? Am I trying to look at the number of transacting customers that I've onboarded? Am I trying to look at customers that have churned, that have left the bank, that have stopped working? Am I trying to look at the number of inactive customers or dormant customers that I have? So like I said, the first thing, just understand the business needs. Know what you are actually looking at. What are the metrics that you are looking at? And so when you understand the metrics, you will now look at the trends. Okay, now that I'm looking at number of transacting customers or the number of customers that you've onboarded in the first half of the year, maybe January, February, March, April, May, June. Now I'm not trying to understand it. Okay, is there an upward trend? Is there a downward trend? Is it declining? Is the number of customers using our platform, are they increasing? Are they decreasing? You understand? Are the customers increasing? Are the customers reducing? And then you are trying to, so understanding that would help you, the first thing. And then the second thing would be to check the trends, know whether it's increasing. And then after knowing that, then you can now make your decision. So you don't just understand what has happened. You are also taking action with whatever thing that you've seen, with the insights you've seen. So it is not complicated. It is not hard. So it's just for you to know those simple tools that you can use to analyze your data, to check the trends. You can use Excel. You can use it to analyze your data. We have pivot table. We have all those things. And then you can also just there is also Copilot. Not everybody has access to it, but Copilot has been embedded into different Microsoft products. Thank you. Like Excel, you can easily just type and tell it, help me to do this one, and sharply it will come out. Awesome. That's where I'm saying you need to constantly learn. When you are ignorant of all these tools, you will become irrelevant, or you will waste time. Someone that understand this thing might, if just take 30 minutes, you will not take like 30 days to do the one simple thing. Yeah. So that's why
that is really what would then take your job, because there's somebody that is more efficient
than you
are.
Yeah.
Things around promotions, getting new jobs, and a couple of things like that. Thank you very much, Esther. Before we go, we have this question we ask our guests, and we say, you should tell us what's the most impressive thing that you have done in your career that has set you up for the things you do today.
Okay, so one of the things I would say is leading. I told you earlier that segmentation model. So I don't want to drag this thing. I like telling stories.
It's
we
awesome.
are data guys now, so we need to back it up with different stories and experiences.
We are storytellers with data.
Yeah, so it was when I was done with my MBA. MBA now, they will teach you businesses, how to do business, how you can help organizations make profit and all those things. So when I was done with it, they taught us a lot of things on how we can satisfy our customers and all. So when I resumed newly and Tamori reached out, he told us, okay, Esther, do one project. So because I had that knowledge already, business, I was already done with my MBA. I had a lot of things that I could do. So I felt, okay, this is a bank. A bank can only make profit when the customers are happy.
Of course.
Yeah. So, and the customers, for them to be happy, you are satisfying them. And for you to be able to satisfy your customers, you must understand them.
Yeah.
And for you to understand your customers, you must segment them.
I love that.
You get? So that segmentation helps us to better understand our customers. Yeah. So that was what really bettered segmentation. And then I've done several segmentation for retail customers, for corporate customers, for carded customers, for transacting customers. So that's spearheading this kind of project that different departments uses. So not just the retail guys, even the customer experience guys are using it. So that helps me that makes me happy, like I said.
Awesome.
So this kind of project you are doing, and a lot of things, a lot of people are using it, and then they are making use of it to make informed decisions. So another thing I would say is my LinkedIn brand.
Oh yeah.
So awesome. I know I talked about it already. So I just said, okay, let me just give to the community. I know that these guys, they are lost. Sorry, some of them are lost.
Because you've been in that position. Right?
So I've understood how confusing it can be.
Yeah.
How confusing the journey can be itself. So I felt, okay, let me just push it out. And then I didn't know, I just said, let me start. And then started forming a community and then different people, and then listening to their testimonies, listening to their feedback, sharing their certificates from the links I shared with them. So all these things just makes me to be very, very happy. Yeah, it's encouraging. So these are the things I know that I've done so
That's really incredible, Esther. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and thank you very much, everybody, for staying along with us through this conversation. It's the Data and AI Gist, and we just had Esther Anagu, a senior data scientist at a financial institution in Nigeria, who has built incredible solutions leading to decisions, data-driven decisions for organizations and for customers as well. It's a pleasure once again, Esther. And we'd like to say, stay curious and keep questioning. Share this with anybody that you know that is interested in data science, especially people that are trying to find their way in data science and in data analytics as a whole. Thank you for listening. And till next episode, bye for now.